The age of the influencer is over. The time of the buck has come.
Alright, so I'm filled up, 287 pounds on Saturday. I'm recording this on Wednesday. I meant to have it out earlier, but I didn't have that many good clips, and so I got a hell of a lot of working out clips in this one. So hopefully I can think of something to talk about for the whole thing. Alright. Yeah, so these are feeling pretty good. And next week I'm switching to the deadlift bar. And I still got some that pulling in my pecs, but yeah, the speed's pretty good on this one for doing like 10-pound jumps for the last few weeks. And so next week's gonna be 685 and 695, and we'll see. I haven't been taking any pre-workout androgens, which is not usual for a deadlift peak, and so I'm pretty confident with this one. Normally I'd be taking like, I don't know, 200 something milligrams of D-ball. There we go. And anyways, oh yeah, everyone's favorite exercise. So this one got kind of screwed up because the body weight gain was like so much, and then I also added like a half kilo to the dumbbell. And then the left lat was sore from injections, and so it felt like it was going to tear. So I wasn't quite going all the way down. And anyways, it's probably because I put like, I don't know, within like a 4-day period, I put two 2cc shots into that left lat. It didn't like that. And here we go. Squats feel like total shit, especially this first set. And yeah, it doesn't look like total shit, but it felt like total shit. Boy. Look at that. You got a shirt like that? The Hulk. That's what people say. I look like the Hulk. I was telling this girl about how I thought that the dad bod thing was a psyop. And it's like, it's kind of like, if you demonize steroids, to, because so there's like a huge divide between like steroid users and then like, oh, there we go. I had too much weight for it. Like steroid users and then the dad bod, but even like normal males, there's a huge difference. Although there is a lot of steroid users, but I mean the ones that are like obviously on steroids, not like, most of the people at the gym that are on steroids and you wouldn't even know it. So the dad bod, I don't know, but one of my theories is that it's a psyop to take even more men out of the dating market. I mean, some guys get some good luck with it, but I don't think it's because of the dad bod. It's generally because of other things like some sort of charm or they have high status like DiCaprio. Or you see lots of you basically see every celebrity, and you're in the supermarket and you get up to the till and you see the magazines that they have for sale, and it'll show whatever, each week there's a different celebrity on the front, and it'll be a picture of them at the beach, and they're like ooze, their oozy gut is hanging over their belt buckle or their shorts. I just saw one with Elon Musk, and he wasn't looking too good. It might have been a Photoshop job though, but I'm not too familiar with what he looks like normally to tell the difference. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, if the dad bod was truly the ideal physique, then all those old Greek sculptures would have skinny arms and skinny legs and a pot belly. And then they would have to, all of the Avengers movies, superhero movies and superhero comics, all the guys would also look like that. I think I remember hearing somebody, it's like they're saying that like the Greeks are, silly billies, or the Romans are silly billies because they have these sculptures of muscular men. I'm pretty sure those people are just coping with being lazy and fat. And it's like, oh man, you guys are silly, you guys are homosexuals. Or that's what they were. It's like, no, they just appreciated hard work. And so if you're gonna make not like looking like shit is some sort of, if you're making that as a virtue, so or it's like anti-vanity. When I don't know. There we go. I'm almost halfway through. I still got my anyway. So bench press. Yeah, I added this back in because although my pecs are feeling kind of weird on the deadlift, they're feeling better for doing these pressing movement. The guy said that if I fixed up my bench form, I could probably do a hell of a lot of weight. I don't really care enough about bench press to do that. It would be nice to do 315 for a set of 5 for overhead press this cycle. And even better if I could do a 365 overhead press. Yeah. Here we go. One thing about the, if I have like one nagging pain or one thing that's like, making my like hypochondria senses, spidey senses, I have hypochondria senses. If one thing like goes away, then something else fills its place. And so yesterday, after I did this, my lower back was feeling kind of funny. And so I'm like, oh, great. But that went away. I think it was still fatigue from my deadlifts and my squats that I did the other day. And I also wasn't... I think another thing that screwed me up was eating that Chinese food. I'm pretty sure that shit's fucking poison. And I remember I told my mother and father that. And they're like, well, you're just not used to eating that, that sort of food. I'm like, yeah, I'm not used to eating poison. Because I think it must be the... those unsaturated fats, the oxidized fats that are in it, because everything I ate was pretty much deep fried. And then there was also sugar to it. And so fructose and seed oils are probably like the worst things you could probably eat. Yep. Just finished up my first meal of the day. Yep. I don't know. I'm watching. There's a pay-per-view coming up, wrestling pay-per-view. I think I'm gonna get that. Okay. So, if your gut isn't this big, I look terrible. The gut looks better than my head. Mostly because I need to get a haircut, but. Oh wait, there we go. There's a fucking shot. There's a fucking shot. So, listen up, guys. If your gut's not that big, then you're not even trying, okay? And for all of the people tuning in, I mean, I'm sure this is a little unpleasant, maybe unsightly, but, you know, once I do my cut after my cycle, it'll be a fucking six-pack again, just like in the old days. You guys remember that? You guys remember, you have to go way back there in the files for those ones, but they're in there. So, anyways, this morning I weighed 287 pounds. Okay, and then yeah, this in here, and I was over. I mean, if you want to do a Chad measurement, Chad gained, I don't even know how, but MK67, well, the bulk, these things, you know, the bulk, MK677, going to a Chinese restaurant, which is like, you know, what dirtier bulk can you do? I mean, McDonald's is a bit of a cliche, but the Chinese restaurant is right up there with McDonald's. So, 287 pounds, that's 130 kilos for you Euro guys. Well, basically everyone that's not in the cool countries. Canada's not one of the cool countries. Despite what Canadians will tell you. I mean, there's some okay spots, but most of it is what you'd call flyover. Because if people talk about flyover states in the U.S., Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Montana, they talk about that shit. Okay, well, we have Nunavut, Northwest Territories, Yukon Territory, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. And you could even argue the Maritimes, okay? And then Northern Ontario. So basically, most of Canada, you want to fly over that. You want to make sure that you want to pray that your plane isn't going to crash, because wherever you land is going to suck. No offense if you live from those areas, but I doubt anyone from Nunavut, I doubt any Eskimos are tuning in. But if you are, I hope you enjoy the show. Oh, that makes it look really fucking big. That's right. It's not all going into the gut, okay? It goes into the, first of all, it starts in the chin, then it goes into the gut. That's the processing center, okay? That's like an Amazon warehouse, okay? And then it sends out all of its Amazon trucks, all of its Indian guys go out delivering the fucking gains to all the muscles, okay? So this is just an Amazon warehouse. All right? So I don't want to hear any shit like, I've got a big Lenny gut. That's not a big Lenny gut, okay? And another thing I ordered today, because I did a blood pressure reading. My blood pressure was 142 over 64. Heart rate was 74 beats per minute. And this guy, apparently my diastolic heart rate's really good. That's really healthy. But my systolic heart rate, the sort of disparity between the two is unusual, and usually an indication of gotta find something better. An indication of sleep apnea. So what I do today, usually I watch videos and I'm like, okay, then I go spend money on supplements. But a sleep apnea machine is a lot more effective at improving my health and life than any supplement would. Because I'm pretty sure that poor sleep is more unhealthy than taking steroids. But then again, I'm getting both of those things, and so if I can just fix the sleep issue, and then steroids won't be much of an issue. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go harder with the drugs once I get my sleep apnea machine, because I have to get used to it for a few days, or I have to get used to it. It's gonna take some adapting. There's gonna be an adaptation period. But then, because the thing is, I haven't felt woke. You know, when you wake up and you feel refreshed. Okay, I haven't felt that in 5 years. So, more than 5 years. And so I'm hoping this does the trick. All right. So this is this sort of cycle here. Okay, it's like a new transition in my life where it's like basically, let's say you had a car and you hadn't fixed it up in 20 years. Okay, and then you take it to the mechanic shop. That's what I'm doing with my body. I got my doctor's appointment in October, And so when I'm gonna get her to see one thing, but I can get her to check out a bunch of things when I'm there. Okay, I'll do the Fat Tony riz. Okay, and so Fat Tony. Fat Tony, four matches so far. Okay, 2 girls, 1 girl's. Oh, I messaged 1 girl. This is a stupid thing. Like my friend said, like, what the hell are you gonna write in some of these? I'm just like sweet phone. I said something stupid like that, and I guess I could pretend to be interested in her dog. I couldn't give less of a shit about people's dogs. Anyway, that's you know, that I don't want to get into the whole dog thing. Cats are even fucking worse. 2 matches unmatched me. One of them was this emo girl, and I'm like, my first thing was, I'm guessing your favorite color is black. Unmatched. And then there was this other girl that lives near me, who's around my age. I sent her something. I don't think she understood it, and then she unmatched. Well, she unmatched from Fat Tony, not me. Yes, I'm outsourcing my rejection and my failure, my romantic failure and rejection. I'm outsourcing that to Fat Tony, so it doesn't feel bad. You might want to try this. Just make up your own character, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, another thing I'm doing to add, you know, the car's going to the shop for the first time in 20 years. Okay, you know, oils like tar. Okay, I'm not quite that bad, but I'm gonna go see the chiropractor with my IT bands, and then I can see the doctor. I'm getting my sleep apnea machine, and yeah. I got my Udka. I think I already showed that. I started taking Udka. But apparently my blood pressure, we'll see what it is after a couple weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of using the CPAP machine. It probably isn't going to be much better because I'm going to be even heavier. But so far, I'm pretty, I'm feeling pretty good about the weight gain. On a sort of, not on like a sense of well-being standpoint, on like a metaphysical standpoint. Okay. You gotta call me Bulkamania. Okay. You seen that?
There you go. But you gotta move your right arm. There you go.
How does that look?
That looks good.
Yeah. Man, I fucking love Romans. Yeah, ancient Rome. Yeah. Do you think that I'd probably be like, if I was in ancient Rome, people would think I was rich just because of my gut.
Probably.
Yeah. How does that look? It's like Arnold.
That's just like Arnold.
Perfect. Oh, wait, you know what I need? Alien. 1979 ambience. There we go. So, how's that going to sound? This is going to be good background music. My CPAP machine. Well, they tried delivering it yesterday, but I can pick it up today. And my dad told me I got mega ripped off. I only looked at one. I feel like a total idiot. Okay, I looked at the first thing that came up. It said Canada's #1 supplier of CPAP machines. Okay, it's like, oh, okay. If they have the most, they probably have the best prices. I was fucking super wrong. So, anyways, I'm gonna try and get a refund or call them up and tell them, hey, can you match this fucking price? Because, because I don't want to pay that much for it. And started sleeping a little bit better, but it's still not quite the way that I want it to be. And my brother's like, maybe you should try sleeping in your bed instead of on the couch. You got to learn how to sleep in it. I have a serious, I have like an OCD ritual, okay? Just with so many things in my life. The only place I've ever slept in the last 3 years is on this fucking couch, this red couch. I've fallen asleep in other spots, but it's not like been an overnight sort of thing. And The thing I like about the couch is that you have a wall. You have like a cushioned wall on the side of you. So it's like it's like you're in the womb, okay? Let's turn that down. I was listening to one of my other clips in here. The fucking music was so damn loud. It's like, oh shit, great. So that one had to go. Anyways, bench press. I did that today. That's feeling pretty good. I need to get it back. I'm gonna do like 5-pound jumps all the way up to like 365 or something, because that weight was super easy. It should be at this fucking body weight. And so yeah, I got that. What the hell else is going on? I'm trying to think of something interesting. I'll just read off some comments and then comment on those. Comment on comments. Wait, if you're short on material, just go to the comment section. This guy says I should do an Elden Ring 100% completionist no-hit run. Tyler 1 just did a playthrough and only had 950 deaths. You could do a hitless playthrough. Yeah, probably. That'd be a good thing to it. That'd be a good endeavor. Chad 250 looks identical to Season 1 Hell Kitchen's finalist Ralph Pagano. I looked that up. I mean, they're somewhat similar. It's mostly in the nose and in the hair, but Ralph Pagano is brown. Okay. Now that's a Fat Tony sandwich right there. You got that right. You got that right. Please make more game songs. There's this guy did a song about anime girls. Okay, and it's freaking hilarious. And I thought I could do like the second a sequel to that, and it's basically like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I thought Sailor Moon was hot. Well, I thought all the sailors were hot, whatever they're called, like Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Mars, and these sorts of things. Maybe Sailor Moon wasn't the top because I like dark-haired women, but and then so I'll include in the verses like the all of like the girl crushes, or not the girl crushes, the girls the anime girls that you like so Misty from Pokemon. Then you get the sailors. I had to think of a few more. But I wasn't huge into anime. I have to familiarize myself with it. Let's see who the hell's in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh group of friends. Okay. What the heck's going on here? It's time to duel. That's like the Chocolate Rain guy is doing the voice for Yu-Gi-Oh. Holy cow. I remember my mom told me that the reason why the anime characters have hair like that is because that's the hair that Japanese people think white people have. Maybe, I think anime was started in the 80s, maybe before then, but I mean the 80s the people had pretty crazy hair. But it wasn't like, it wasn't sticky, it wasn't spikes and stuff. These giant, Vegeta, that sort of thing. Talk about a flamer haircut. What's my thoughts on stiff lag versus conventional for overall size development? Whatever you can do the most weight with. That doesn't mean sumo deadlift, though. This guy said, how did I do the voiceover at the start? Well, all I did was I took the audio clip, I just disconnected that from the video, I put it in my DAW, and then I just added reverb to it, and then I synchronized it, the clip again, so that the mouth motion lined up with the audio clip, the new audio clip. Lawnmower man. This guy says I'm the lawnmower man. See, he just became like super smart. I just got stronger, probably dumber. This guy says that my bench would carry more over to my overhead press if I took a wider grip, because you can use more shoulders. No, the thing is that you're still using the same amount of muscle mass on either lift. It's just that when you use a wider grip, the range of motion is reduced. And so you that like stretched out position, that's not as strong as when if your arms are if your arms are way back here, you're not as strong as they are if they're here. Okay, that's why if you can go in like the pec deck or that like the shoulder press machine at the gym, or not shoulder press, the chest press one, and you put the lifts like some little twink can put the arms here and then lift like 500 pounds just by going. Okay, just the less range. It's just about range of motion. It's not changing the amount of muscle mass that's in the lift. It's the same thing with sumo deadlift. But then again, I don't think sumo deadlift carries over to strength as much as the normal deadlift does. Mostly because it makes your estrogen go up. This guy says my squat form, I need to fix it up. I could do the 525 for reps if my squat form is better. No, the issue is, I went to the fucking chiropractor, and some of those fucking things that the guy did to my legs and my hips fucking hurt. But my leg's feeling better. And apparently my mobility is only better than someone who has debilitating arthritis. Because I asked him, I'm like, is this the worst mobility you've ever had? Or have you ever dealt with? And he's like, no. And then he gave the example of how limited the hip mobility of someone with like rheumatoid arthritis it will have. Their joints are fucking totally fried. The muscles are just super tight. Okay. The guy said I look like Benito Mussolini. No, I don't. I mean, he has a big jaw too. But Mussolini's brown. I'm not freaking brown. I have a tan. Okay. Genesis by Devin Townsend. That is a pretty good song. Yeah, so anyways, and the guy says that, because the thing is with the IT bands is he says that muscle mass is an issue too. So if you have bigger legs, it pushes into the IT band, and then you've got a greater probability of the thing sticking. And I also have bursitis on one side, because I remember he's like, does this hurt? And he stuck his thumb into where the bursa is, and it was like so and he says that the IT band was squishing that, and so that's why it's inflamed. And so one of the things I can do to reduce pain is to roll it on the foam roller. That's right. The thing I said was a joke. Roll it on the foam roller, and soften up the area so that it's not squeezing as hard on my legs. And I got to do that before I do my squats each time. And probably he says I need to do that like 3 or 4 days a week. So, anyways, yeah. But my legs are feeling better. And oh man, I'm freaking tired. I'm not a 5%er. I'm a 3.25%er. Whole milk, not homo milk, as we call it here in Canada. Homo milk. You don't want to drink homo milk. Yeah, so Alien. Alien is a sweet freaking movie. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. Alien, Predator, Predator 2, Blade Runner, 2000. Well, I'm not really a big space guy, but Alien's freaking sweet. Okay. And even Aliens, which is more of an action movie, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. I think that's how they go. Maybe Alien 3 is Alien Resurrection. The one with Winona Ryder where she's an android. I remember when I was a kid and she gets blasted and there's a hole in her and it's like got like white goop leaking out of it. I thought that was crazy. I also thought it was crazy that the aliens were swimming. And Alien versus Predator. That movie has some cool parts. And it has the Italian guy in it. I mean, it's a stupid Italian gimmick. And I like how they brought back Lance Henriksen. He was he's in the first movie if I remember correctly, and he's an android, and they bring him back as Wayland, the boss. He's the boss of Wayland, the Wayland Corp or whatever, in Alien vs Predator. I remember he's got like asthma, and then he makes a fucking flamethrower, and tries burning an alien, or maybe a predator. I can't remember, but Lance Henriksen. It's got a. I wonder how the hell he got that voice. The first movie that I can remember him in is The Terminator, and he's like he's a cop, and he doesn't have too many lines, but I think he's one of these guys that his career. He didn't really have much of an acting career until he was in his like mid-30s to late 30s. Some guys are like that. Like some guys don't even start their acting career until they're like 30. Like Gene Hackman, Clint Eastwood. I don't think you can do that anymore, unless you have some sort of other thing that's giving you like enough celebrity to be featured in movies like The Rock or even LeVon, the Georgian guys getting movie roles, or some of these sorts of things like Randy Couture. I remember Keith Jardine's in movies too. Keith Jardine looks like he should have went into like pro wrestling with that face. He looked like he was Gene Snitsky's cousin. So, yeah. Anyways, CPAP machine. I got the one that goes into my nose, heated tubing, and yeah, we'll see how that goes.